Jasmine, 123 Englewood Road. The standard and quality kindergarten education has been set by the state to include a full-day program. Each year for the past 2 years, the select board and town manager have stated that they're facing a deficit and want the school committee to present a level service budget. And yet each year, for the past 2 years, the select board has gone into the Springtown meeting with an excess of over $1 million in unallocated funds and has been unwilling to give the school the $400,000 needed to fund full-day kindergarten.
So I'd like to move into the school improvement plans, if we could start with the middle schools.
So we are going to continue to use district release time to continue to grow professionally.
Our second goal is technology focus. We're consistently integrating technology into the curriculum. We're encouraging teachers to do so and to keep up with the ever-changing 21st century environment.
And then our student growth goal just talks about increasing from needs improvement to proficient and then proficient to advanced in both our ELA and Math MCAS by 5% in both this past school year and in this school year as well.
And we'll move on to our elementary schools.
The first for Blueberry was increased student achievement, really focused on the RTI and WinBlock that was implemented last year that we're continuing to implement and refine this year. The second goal is a technology goal. So it's a continuation of last year. We introduced our third graders to Google Gmail, continuing with that, looking at ebooks. We're continuing with some of the programs we use and also exploring other programs. Some of the biggest changes will be in our third goal. When we wrote the plan, it was not knowing that we would have a full-time school adjustment counselor. I want to thank you. That has been going wonderfully. So part of that goal will be about looking at some social-emotional curriculums.
Our math goal focused mostly on closing the achievement gap. And the only other change is that last year we did the Read to Feed Reading Incentive Community Service Program, and we're developing a new one for this year.
We have 4 goals. The first 2 goals focus on the MCAS, in particular improving the overall score and addressing the achievement gap. Goal 3 focused on technology and continuing to look at ways to integrate technology into our classroom practice. And then lastly, we wanted to continue to develop the social emotional learning component to the building.
And last but not least, our high school.
We have 2 goals that we are 1 year into. Goal 1 is to continue to improve student academic achievement, and second is to increase technology access for students and also improve technology integration into our classrooms.
The search committee composition and instructions can be found on the district website. On the homepage, there is a link on the left-hand side that says click here for superintendent updates. We've been trying to update that after each of our meetings with the most pertinent information.
I'd like to make a motion to host the lottery now to choose the 3 school committee members that would be serving on the search committee.
That's John.
Oh.
Red.
Janet. Michelle Grodsky.
So John, Michelle, and I will sit on the first round of face-to-face interviews on December 12th. Updating everyone on free full-day kindergarten. You know, full-day kindergartners tend to be more prepared for school, they do better with the transition to first grade, end up with better academic achievement in later grades, show faster gains on literacy and language. And we did point out 2 years ago that Common Core standards are based on the assumption that children are attending full-day kindergarten. It will cost roughly $375,000 to offer free full-day kindergarten to all students in Long Meadow. Okay, this is a new initiative because of its magnitude and its impact and its cost. And I certainly believe that if we as a committee value it, that we should be getting the information out there, and that's why I wanted to start with taking it forward directly to the select board to make them aware that in this budget cycle, you know, we have our regular budget, but this is a new initiative, that we would like to be funding.
Okay, well, I move that we approve, I hope unanimously, the presentation by the chair to the select board on behalf of full, free, all-day kindergarten.
Second.
All right, so all those in favor? Okay.
It's
So I will-
unanimous.
For those viewing at home, my name is Mark Oldenburg. I'm the Director of Pupil Services for Long Meadow Public Schools. And tonight, Pupil Services encompasses 3 different areas. We oversee special education, English as a second language, and civil rights throughout the district. Looking down at our pre-K program, it did, for this school year, it did move to a new location, to the Wolf Swamp Road School. There hasn't been any issues with transitions. It was a very smooth transition, as our transitional planning at Long Meadow High School. Transitional planning refers to our 18 to 22-year-old students. I think another positive gain this year for us was the formation of SEAL late last spring. We really started off the year with a great, in a great way. We have a lot of active participants in it. I do have some MCAS results. This is the overall results of students with disabilities versus the state average. But overall, versus the state average, many of the district's special needs students scored several percentage points higher in the advanced and proficient categories and lower in the warning and failing category than the state averages did.
Is that the Center for Cost Benefit Analysis identified the benefits to implementing a social emotional program. You get an $11 benefit for every dollar you spend on social emotional programs. We have some curriculum additions, reviews, revisions, tweaking going on. So our new text, or elementary math, everyone knows by now it's expressions. It's being implemented in all the general education classrooms across the elementary schools and some of the special ed classrooms too. Another thing that we do in our office is kind of manage the teacher induction program, and it's a pretty significant program for new teachers. It's a state mandate.